Okay, let's bring him on screen. How you doing, my friend?
I hope you're alright. How are you?
Yeah, I'm sound, mate. I tell you what, it's brilliant you've come on, and we're really stoked of where you've been and what you've done in the last couple of years. I was looking back this morning, and it's 2 years since we interviewed you the first time.
What, to the day?
Roughly enough, I'm not sure if it's to the date, but it's around 2 years ago. That's what it says on the old YouTube. I didn't look at the date exactly, but I thought, wow, that's. It only seems like last week we was talking to you, and it's 2 years. Crazy.
Time moves fast when you're having
Mate,
fun.
honestly. Anyway, introduce yourself. I've tried to do that, but I've failed, haven't
I'm Will. I'm the singer in a band called Marseille.
I?
Sort of play like indie rock, 90s-esque thing.
Yeah, and you do as well. Earlier on. I shown a little snippet from from the first interview, which obviously 2 years ago you've had more experience, done more stuff, and you'll be able to tell worlds apart how you've developed in that. Do you guys? I was thinking about this today when I was doing something. How did you guys feel? Do you feel like you have changed over the last 2 years?
Yes and no, because like sometimes I look back at us and think, well, no, it's not until I do look back at us I think, bloody hell, we've changed. Like, um, I feel like the same person that you spoke to 2 years ago, but it's not until you actually look back at things you were doing 2 years ago and you're like, oh, that was me. And it's like,
I
we've
know.
changed a lot.
I know, and you were good. You were good 2 years ago. That's why we got you on. And me and Janice talk regular. We talk about various bands, and people don't know that, but we do. We chat about all the bands we talk to and go, "Oh, have you seen what they're doing? See what they're doing?" And I thought, what did Janice say to me once? She says, "They're really growing up, aren't they?" And that's because you could see the development of your sound and what you were doing had changed. And you're right. You're still there. The essence is still you guys and what you started off as, but you can see how you've developed and you've changed in through the experience that you've had over the last couple of years. It's nice to see.
Yeah, and as we're growing up, we're getting more musical influences and stuff. Everyone else is bringing new things to the band as well. So the sound is definitely evolving as well as keeping the core elements.
And it's great, honestly. We're really proud of you, and that's why we set the show up to talk to people like you when they were starting up and see how you develop, see how you get on, and it's great. You're on. Have you got a tour on at the minute? Is that right? You're touring right now, or is that coming up?
Uh, well, we had a meeting about it today, so I should know. It's in 8 days.
Ooh. So where you going for your tour?
We're doing 10 dates. So we started off in Manchester, which has got low tickets left. So any people from that area, get yourselves there. We're doing Manchester, Sheffield, Halifax, Newcastle, Glasgow, Southampton, Brighton, Birmingham, London, and Nottingham.
Nice. That's yeah, brilliant. Oh, hang on. Relay Records are in with a question. Question to Will. The band is crossing. They're all dead serious questions. These. The band is crossing the road, and an out of control truck is about to take you all out. You can only save two other band members. Who are you saving and why? Oh, that's a brutal question. Who you
I'm
say?
not saving anyone. I'm getting out of the way.
Yeah, but you can save two others. It says so. Fair enough. Stay on your own. Go all Liam on us.
Yeah, every man for himself. They can sort themselves out.
I love it.
I just think leave the rest of fate. I mean, if I can move out of the way, the rest of them can, can't
Now I know what your band practice is like. If I can get this right, lads, you can get it right. Get your act together. Come on. Is it one of them? No, it's not, is it? So after 2 years, are you all still getting on like a house on fire?
they? No, we all hate each other now. We all need to travel in separate cars to every gig. We can't be in the same tour bus.
Is that serious? You
No,
joking?
no, we're all still mates. Yeah,
But you
I mean, we're
don't.
close to them. I think more now. We're more like brothers. So before, where it's just mates, it's more like brothers. You do fall out, and
Yeah,
ultimately, you know that you've got to make unbreakable bond between you. You're not going to really.
I love that. I love that. You
Yeah,
you can, and that, I think, but I think a lot of people forget that you can fall out with someone you love and respect, because if you don't, then things bubble up, and that's how becomes a bit of it becomes really bad, doesn't it? So people should have disagreements, because once you get it out there, we can resolve it again. I like that.
yeah.
Sorry. So, yeah, you are starting a tour. Oh, that's great. So you Have you got your support acts? Well, you will have your support acts sorted out. Are you sorting them out? Are you doing local support acts, or are you taking someone with you?
A bit of both, really. In some places we've got local support bands, like in Manchester we've got the Social Club,
Oh,
who I actually saw in Norwich, and I was like, oh, you guys are good. And they were from Manchester, and I was like, oh, let's stick you on the bill. We've got Aziz Ibrahim from the Stone Roses supporting us at a few gigs.
nice.
And then for Halifax and Newcastle, I was speaking to a band from South Wales called Subterranean. And
Oh, we've had them on here. They're absolutely brilliant, mate.
yeah, and we agree. So
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
we thought we'd bring them over to the north of England because they were saying they're struggling to get
Oh,
gigs over here. So
awesome.
come on.
Awesome. Mm. That's why he asked me a question last week. He asked me a question last week, and now it makes sense. No, they're
Yeah.
brilliant. We had them on here a few weeks ago, and we do Dougie Fest. We had two Dougie Fests now. One last year, one this year, one the year before. Subterranean are going to come to play that. We just really like them. They're like you guys when you started. They've got the attitude. They've got a vibe. Do you know what I mean? And they sound like they've been going for years, and they've not been going that long, and they will be perfect to have on the bill. You guys, seriously, they'll go down like a house on fire.
I think
Great,
that's the reason why we were drawn to them is because we just saw ourselves in them.
yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
that's exactly why we wanted to get them on a bill with us.
I love that, mate, and that is great because you're passing it on, aren't you? You're bringing people on. You know what I mean? You're bringing them on as well. That's wonderful. Louis Walsh. If it was Louis Walsh on the old X Factor years ago, they remind me of a young Marseille. I can't do the accent. That's brilliant. I'm chuffed. That has made my day. That has really chuffed me up. Really cheered me up. That's great. Absolutely brilliant, mate. There was something I was going to ask you then. Oh yeah. Right, we've just played your video for your latest track, and I was umming and ahhing because it's quite a long track, that. But actually, it works. What's the inspiration for that?
Well, it was a song that's been sat around for a while. It's just like I don't really know where to go with it now. It's just like it's a song. Where does it go? And that's where we had the idea that we needed to have like a big crescendo at the end and just get massive. So we just thought it just sounds a bit sad just ending at the 2 minute mark. It needs to like take off.
Mm.
And that's exactly what we did. We took it to the band and we're just like, right, let's get this to lift off and just let Joe do his thing solo.
Yeah, I loved it. It's really, I don't know how to explain. It's a lot of people on the track have said it's a very old school track. It does sound like the old indie, very dreamy, a bit of shoegaze. It's all that mixed in together. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful track. It's one of those, you're not going to put it on to start smashing shit up, but you'll put it on to chill out to, won't you? Do you know what I mean? If you just want to sit down somewhere or you're driving or something, you could stick that track on and it'll just take all the troubles away. It's wonderful. It's really good. Very accomplished lads. It sounds amazing. Yeah, love
Yeah,
it.
just go.
Love it, man. What's Eddie said? What advice would you give your younger self to? Oh, I like that. A sensible question from Mr. King. What advice would you give your younger self to where you are now? Lessons learned. I think what he's saying is, from what you've learned now, what would you tell you younger Will?
I don't know. Go solo.
Oh my God! Oh, you probably would as well. You probably would. Yeah,
I'm kidding.
I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding. You're getting very Liam on us now, man. What do you think about that? Everyone's going to say the same thing. What about them getting back to? I never thought Oasis would reform, and never in a month of Sundays on the reform. What do you think?
I always thought it was going to happen at some point. I thought it's going to happen even if they're 60. I think their relationship with their mum is going to bring them together ultimately. And I'm glad they have, to be honest. I'm a massive Oasis fan, it's no secret. And I think it's a good thing for indie music overall.
Yeah, I do as well. I was talking about it earlier on, the fact that they've reformed, even though we all know there's shed loads of great bands out there playing great music. I think what it's going to do is put the spotlight back on the genre. A lot of people are into drum and bass and all the other stuff, but I think it will put a lot of people go, actually, let's go and revisit this genre and see what's going out there. So hopefully, what will happen, it'll help the bands like you and all the other ones the other ones that we promote. I think it'll really do you the world of good. Should do anyway. Should do, shouldn't
Yeah, well, I mean, Live Forever at the minute, it's number 4 in the charts or something now.
it?
So
It's mad,
it's
isn't it?
really working.
I mean, I've seen Noel and Liam. I watch them all the time doing different things. And Noel went, "Where's the rock and roll?" Well, he sounds a bit posh, doesn't he? Where's all the rock and roll bands from? You know, there was us and a few others, but there's none out there. And I'm thinking, yes, they are. Yes, they are. But the landscape of the industry's totally changed. So the likes of yourselves, Subterranean people like that would have been all over the place like Oasis were. And I think it's just the landscape of the whole business has changed.
Yeah, there's definitely I think it's more London centric nowadays. I think you've got to be a bit quirky to get somewhere. I'm
Yeah.
not saying everyone from London's quirky, but a lot of the stuff that's successful out of London is something that's like, I don't know, a bit abstract about it.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. It's like a lot of stuff in it. It's normally comes out of that place,
Yeah,
and it's who's
especially.
promoting you, isn't it? It's who's promoting, who's picking you up. Like I say, things have changed, haven't they? There's not the top of the pops. There's not the MTVs. There's not that. They're not there anymore. So that's where people would have got their success from that sort of
Yeah,
thing. So you guys are, even though it's easier nowadays to be in a band and produce your music because it is, I think it's actually harder because you've not got those outlets. So you're actually boots on the ground type of thing, aren't you, to get success?
yeah, exactly. I actually say that it's easier to be in a band, but there's less outlets to actually get your music on. So there's but there's hundreds of thousands of bands that all do it trying to get the same place, and there's only about two places you can get your music, which is like Jules Holland and I don't even know what the other one is.
Mm,
Probably getting a sync placement or something. But
yeah,
even Soccer M's gone, and that was a good outlet for music.
yeah. No, it's good. It's not good. It's not good, but it's great. And you guys have really done because I know we went for it. Oh, I think we spoke to you. Done Isle of Wight Festival. You did the Formula One weekend. You was doing. You could see that you were already doing stuff. What you've done? You've done. Why not the Why Not Festival recently? Is that what you've just done?
Yeah, we're on the second biggest stage as well. It's really good.
Sound. Yeah, because there was someone, I think I posted on social that you were coming on and went, oh, sorry, why not, recently. So what do you think's been the most memorable thing over the last couple of years?
Why not? It's definitely up there. Well, since we've last spoke to you, we've been on tour, haven't we? So
Mm.
probably that, to be fair, because I think that's the turning point where we thought this is definitely a career option. Like, I think even we shocked ourselves as 17-year-olds finding out how many tickets we can sell in places we'd never been, and just basically ticket sales are on us and us only. It wasn't a sports lot anymore. It was to come see us, and having hundred people show up to your gigs in places that you're not even from is pretty special.
That is special. I mean, when you say 100, people go, oh, 100. Yeah, but you try. I challenge anyone out there to put an event on. It doesn't need to be a music event. I'm talking any event, yeah, whether it be in a business network meeting or whatever. For you to get 20 people in the room is hard graft, and for you, to, like you say, to get 100 people coming, that is brilliant, absolutely brilliant, mate. Hats off to you for what you've done. So you all full time in the industry now, or are you doing other stuff? Excuse me.
Well, I'd say I am. I do really just sit behind a computer all day and just uh, get clacking away, writing emails and stuff, trying to make stuff happen. But
Mm.
yeah, I mean, I also do go to university and study music. So either way, I do want to get something involved in the music industry. I do want to get my foot in the door somewhere. So yeah, just keeping my options open, really.
I like it.
Definitely, the band's the full thing. That's what I want.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we know that anyway. And there's a lot of bands out there that do other things, and that's I do other stuff to fun doing this. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
yeah, you've got to
you've
be
got
done.
it, haven't you?
What's that? Having been, I don't know what that says. Kev B, not held by venues shutting down. Yeah, I've watched some stuff. I think there's a lot of nightclubs closing down. I'm not sure about music venues. Is that the same? Are they closing?
Yeah, definitely. There's not enough funding. I mean, um, these music venues want to put these gigs on, but everyone's more bothered about going to see the big bands, and then there's nothing left for the smaller ones. And people leave ticket sales till last minute, and then bands don't know what the fate lies, and just people they just cancel the gigs.
Hmm.
Whereas if you just held your nerve, could have sold 50 tickets in the last week because we know what it's like. You do usually sell about 50 tickets in the last week because people do leave it last minute.
Yeah, and then someone goes, "Oh, I'm going to this gig." You are, "Oh, what we're doing? Oh, they're on. Oh, yeah, what's on and whatever." The Dog and Duck or whatever, wherever it is
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
playing. The Last Ghost official there on at the end of the month says it's the best job in the world, especially when you are young. Well, most jobs are great when you're young. It's when you get old that's when it's hard going, isn't it? Yeah, bit like me. I'm asleep normally. Sleep by about 9 o'clock. That's why I don't go to gigs. Oh, absolutely great, absolutely great. So, what's the plans for next? So, you've got a tour. You're touring soon. Have you got albums coming out or tracks ready to rock? And what's the plan over the next year or so? Can you tell us any of that? Don't have to.
Yeah, well, we've upped our budget a bit since well, just over the last year. We've sort of started been earning a bit more, so we've upped our budget. So it's become a lot more of an expensive game, and yeah, maybe an album's probably a bit out of our price range at the minute. But we've got some really high quality singles coming
Hmm.
next year, so new music. Keep your
Yeah,
eyes peeled.
yeah. You don't really need to release an album, do you? I think sometimes it's a bit can be a bit counterproductive, but because
Yeah,
most people consume tracks, don't they? It,
yeah,
it was our generation that used to go and buy albums, and because we liked one track, and then you bought the album and then listened to it and thought, God, all the rest of it's crap. Do you know what I mean? Or you might get one or two on an album. So I think albums, yes, you can do, or a lot of people do EPs, don't they? But
yeah.
yeah,
We'll
definitely,
definitely get around to it.
definitely focus on the singles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, absolutely wonderful. So oh God, let me turn that off. I hate that. That's the bloody email that's giving me messages in. So you're doing your own tour. You've got bands that you're supporting you, which I think is absolutely wonderful what you're doing, mate. What are you? Where would you like to be? Where would you like to? Would you like to support anyone else? Have you supported that's out there? What do you know what I mean? Who would you like to support as a band?
I
Don't know.
wouldn't mind if Oasis came to our door and said, "Oh, do you fancy supporting us?" That'd be pretty good.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
I mean, the sky's the limit, and that's where we're aiming. To be fair, I think we've got the potential to get all the way. It's just getting the right people around us and just making sure the right opportunities come to us. We just need to work for it.
I think you are. I think you're doing everything right. And you was talking earlier on about sat in front of the computer, and I think a lot of people miss that point, don't they? When you're doing, you've got to keep reminding people that you exist, and also tell people that don't know you exist that you exist, and it's a hell of a lot of work. So do you do all the social? You responsible for all the social media?
Yeah, I do all the social media and everything. We've even got to the point of doing social media plans, which is me. But yeah, it's a whole other can of worms.
Wow, you you have matured, haven't you?
Yeah, it's all got businessy. It's boring now.
I know. That's what's like. See, for me, for ages, and it's a lesson for everyone. It's just like, oh yeah, I'll post that, and I still do a lot of that now. But this show is an example, taking it very serious. So that's why we started producing a. This is what's on next month, and let's release this and let's release that. And it does. I think adding that to it makes more sense, and then people know what they're expecting, don't they? Oh, they'll probably post something on a Tuesday night, or like I watch some people and go, "Oh, it's Throwback Thursday," or it's this, or it's that. You sort of know that thing's coming, don't you? So it's good
Yeah,
to do it. That must be a university then giving you all these ideas of being all very professional.
yeah. I mean, it's just we're just trying to clean our act up as much as possible and be as slick as possible.
Yeah, and this is the difference you see, because I wonder if the Gallaghers did that back in the day when they were snorting 20 lines of coke and getting smashed out of the brains. Do you know what I mean? Were they doing it? They didn't have to do social media, did they? Didn't have to do any of that.
I wish it was that simple. Simpler
Don't,
times.
don't we all, mate? Don't we all? It's bloody brilliant. It really is. Let's see if we've got anything else. Albums are costly and not worth doing. This is from Lele Records. Not worth doing for up and coming bands. Singles, EPs, or a mini album is cool. Yeah, I think so as well. And I think it makes sense, doesn't it? Because you want to keep drip feeding it in. It's good, mate. It's good. It's good. Is there any other questions for anyone? Don't yeah. So wonderful. No, I've not got anything else there. So, what is anything you want to promote that you're doing or you're thinking about doing, or I've not asked you?
Just the tour, really. I think emphasis is on that. That's it. Let's get some dates sold out. I mean, Manchester's nearly there, London's nearly there, Birmingham's nearly there. So just keep plugging away, really. Get
Yeah.
some heads through the door.
Yeah. What I'll do on the show notes, I'll go on. I presume on your website. Is all the tour dates on your website? Is it on there? All
Yeah,
right.
they are. Yeah.
I'll drop the link into your website on then, and people go and see it. And if you're in those places, then go and see Marseille. Go and give them some support. And you never know, you might see some other bands that you've seen on the show before being on the bill, which is great. So what you? I mean, you did say about advice early on, Eddie, about to you and Will. What advice would you give to another band who are starting off? Four lads, 13, 14. Come on, let's get a band together. What would you say to them?
I would say try and, well, depending on where you're from, if you're from somewhere like Derby that's not renowned for music, try and get around as much as you can and make your presence known in other places and come back heroes. I think try and also never say no to a gig when you're starting out. Try and get on everything. Um, yeah, that's sort of it. Unless the gig's absolutely shit, don't do it.
Yeah, have fun. I used to know a guy, and he used to say, you need to go to the opening of an envelope when you're first starting up with your stuff. Do you know what I mean? Be there, and that because what you're doing there, and you're quite right. It might be a crap gig, or but there might be one person in that room. You're doing all those little gigs, and you don't know you're building your network up, aren't you? Of people you might meet. I don't know, sound technician or another band member or someone who's going to be a roadie or someone who's got, they've come to watch you in a little venue, and they might actually have a big venue down in London. And so, I think people, whatever they're doing, if they're in the music industry or if anything else, never underestimate actually going physically being around other people because they could help you with whatever you try to do.
Yeah, and also another thing I'd say is be patient. Bide your time in releasing your first single because your first single is how people are going to view you for the next couple of years. If that's their first introduction to you and that's not as good as you can be, they're going to see the name pop up in 3 years' time when you're 100 times better and think, oh, they're no good. Just bide your time and make sure you polished it as much as you can before you release anything.
I wish you'd have told me that in 2017, Will. We've got Shory71. He says, one of the best times we've seen you was last Saturday at Spider's Web.
Say that.
Shory71. So that's nice, isn't it? That's about it. Right. I think I might let you get on with your evening and get on with whatever you're doing, because otherwise I'll just be talking nonsense to you, and that's not good, is it? Do you know, we don't want to do that, do we?
Some nonsense is all right, isn't it?
Oh, you probably did a drop last time. Can you do a drop for us? Can you say this is Marseille and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio?
All right. This is Marseille and you're listening to Dougie Stone Radio.
Wonderful. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you again, and I've been really looking forward to this. I've interviewed loads of people, and I think this is up there in one of the ones that I really wanted to do and revisit, because I'm proud of what you've achieved, where you've come from, and actually us being even just a small part of your journey has been wonderful for us, and that's why we do this. So seriously, thank you for spending the time. I know you've got a lot on your plate. I know you're going on tour, and for you to give us the time is really good, man. Really appreciate it.
No, thanks for having us, Kirk. Really appreciate it.
Wonderful. You're wonderful. Did she give me another track on the playlist? I'm just wondering if she's. We're going to go back to the place. We've played your latest single, and I'm not sure if she's put another one. Where's she got? She's not, has she? What's your? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll let you pick a track. Out your tracks, then. Which one should we play? We played your latest one. What should we play for everyone?
She Can Fly.
Right. Let's get it on. She Can Fly. We'll do that then when we can get it. I've not got you up here. Hang on. We'll get that. Right. We'll let you get on with your evening. I'm going to go and find that, and I'm going to play it. I should have asked you that earlier on, and I could have been doing it while we've been talking, couldn't we? Let me find that. So what is it about this track you like then?
It's done well. That's it. It's like probably the most successful single off the EP so far. So
yeah,
people play it, so hopefully it'll connect with everyone who's listening.
Because that's from this year, and it's had about 10,000 streams so far on the old Spotify. So that's good, and whatever it's had on other platforms.
Yeah, the minute's only been out for about 3 months, so that's pretty good going.
That is really good. Anyway, people, this has been Will from Marseille. You need to go and check them out. This is their track, She Can Fly. It's been wonderful. Go and follow them. Go and find them. If you can find them at a venue, go and check them out. And that's another introducing. Well, I revisited. But thanks for that, Will. This is Marseille, She Can Fly. Cheers, brother.
Good.
Thanks, man.